So this is a little bit of a part 2 to the video last night that I made regarding that $50,000 overcharge, dealer markup basically on that 300C 392, and how Chrysler essentially said that that couldn't happen with dealers. So my thinking is that a customer backed out and now the dealer just has that allocation sitting on their lot, so they're going to do whatever they can to basically up the price on it and get it to sell, because it is a limited edition model and people will buy it. I mean, essentially it's nothing more than a Dodge Charger Scat Pack, except the Chrysler 300 version. But anyway, that just leads into these automakers. I touched on it last night a little bit, but these automakers essentially just ruining financial responsibility for people. And here's the problem. If you want a boring car now, let's just say you go out and you buy a brand new Honda Accord or Sensible. Let's just say, yeah, you're sensible. You go out and buy a brand new Honda Accord. It's going to cost you, for a decent trim level, let's just say $35,000, or a sensible Ford Edge or a Jeep Compass or Jeep Cherokee. You're looking at spending somewhere around $35,000 to $40,000, let's just say. Well, 10 years ago, or even, longer now, 10, 15 years ago, that would get you basically a car like this, and you had to maybe fork out a little bit extra change on top to get a cheaper performance car. And now these performance cars, if you want to get yourself into a Scat Pack or an SRT vehicle or like now this 300, you're looking at spending $50,000 to $60,000, and that doesn't include dealer markups. A lot of these dealers, from what I have seen, will mark up their vehicle, and it happened with the Durango we got. There was a $3,000 warranty on it, but as a dealer markup, just another way for the dealer to mark up the vehicle. So now you're adding on these markups. If you really want the vehicle, you're adding on the markup. Oh, Hemi. We won't be too annoying this morning. But anyway, you're adding on the markup into the price of the loan. So now even if you have good credit, let's just say you have 750 to 800, you're still getting a loan on a used vehicle, or even a new vehicle for that matter, if there's no lease deals. You gotta pay basically 7% on this auto loan. And now you're looking at, if you really want a vehicle that's $50,000, or now let's just say $35,000 in the case of the Honda Accord. Now you're paying 7% on this loan, and these dealers may be trying to throw their, secretive little markups on there in terms of fees, or any sort of, reconditioning charge, destination charge. So these dealers are sneaky on how they put on their dealer fees, and it's just not creating a sense of fiscal financial responsibility. So it's very frustrating to see in that video that they mark that car is not worth that. That car someday is going to be a classic. Yes, but it's going to steadily depreciate, and we've seen that with all the other SRT products, Hellcats, 300s, Durango Hellcats, Trackhawks, stuff like that. They've all basically depreciated a little bit, whether that's $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever. We've all seen depreciating costs on those. I mean, this vehicle here, an 07 was $18,000 that I paid for, and it was what, a $43,000 car, $48,000 car, brand new. So vehicles depreciate. You know, you're not, unless you buy like a true special edition King Daytona Charger Hellcat or something like that, that is going to appreciate in value. But these cars aren't. So if you buy that car, let's just say for $20,000 over sticker, let's just say you pay $76,000 for that 300, you're never going to be able to get that back, no matter how little you drive it. You're just not. So these dealers are creating situations where now you're going out to buy your car. If you don't have good equity on your trade-in, or if you don't have a lot of money down, now you're looking at, you know, you're going to have to fork out on a $37,000 loan for a vehicle if you have barely any money down. You know, for if you go out and buy a $35,000 car, and you, after your tax, title, license, you've got roughly 37 grand. Now you're looking at a payment that is roughly, depending on your loan term, $600 to $700 to $800 a month on the low end. And now that's pretty frustrating, because these people who have to have a family and want to basically get a house can't afford a house, because rent is going up. You know, you're looking at least in this area, middle of nowhere, you're looking at $1,200, $1,300 for rent for just a average place now. It's like, that's what I pay in my lake home, and that's nothing special, but I get the freedom of being by the lake. So now you're stuck in the middle of nowhere paying $1,200, $1,300 rent per month, with not including utilities. And that can get quite frustrating for people. And now if you want any sort of specialty car, whether it's a Camaro SS or a Charger Scat Pack even, or Challenger, this 300, 392, or any sort of specialty American car, or Cadillacs, even the V, not even the black one. Now you're looking at, if you don't have good equity or cash down, now you're looking at financing something that may cost you $50,000 to $60,000 financed, and that doesn't even include the interest price on it. So now you're looking at, oh gosh, $800 to $1,000 a month. So that's pretty frustrating to see. And these dealers are just creating, you know, a situation that puts them basically in charge, and kind of screws the seller basically. And that's why it's very frustrating to see that $350,000 over sticker. Who the hell is crazy enough? Who the hell's crazy enough to pay $20,000 over sticker? I'd rather go out and buy a used Hellcat. I mean, there's definitely no way I would do that personally, no matter how much I love that car. So just a little tidbit about the dealers and about that car in particular, and how they're kind of screwing everybody over for the bottom line.